Cool. All right. So let's officially now start our AMA session. So guys who are new to our DAO, welcome and welcome to the Blast Developer Bootcamp, which just started. And as I said in the beginning, this is our first AMA session. And today our guest is Bazooka, the head of ecosystem of Bladeswap project. It's DEX on Blast, and he's going to tell us more about this project today. But first, I'd like to ask Bazooka about his background in crypto. How long have you been in crypto in general, and when and how this happened that you got interested in this field?
Yeah, that's for the introduction. Actually, I'm not sure many of you remember the era of BSC, like ApeSwap. like there were many like QuickSwap when they first started. QuickSwap, ApeSwap, and many other it was a DeFi summer 2018 and 19. That's why when I dived into this scene. After that, I've been developing lately for 3 to 4 years, and then now I develop myself. But that's when I get interested on this DeFi because it was quite interesting that you could be creative on finance, and that is actually quite illegal on on traditional finance to generate a new system on finance and make a money flow and structure products yourself. This is quite a illegal and not easy thing to do in traditional finance, but you could do that and you could be very creative on how to structure on DeFi. So it is very interesting, and also you could just focus on programming and building a product. Then you become like good on investment. If you know how to read code, you become more successful on investing, which is quite unusual in traditional finance, especially in investments. So it became quickly become very interesting for me as a technician. So that's when I started interested in crypto and dived in. Yeah, I think I'm not sure that I've heard correctly, but many of people here are also a developer or builder. Then maybe you might have felt same with me when first got touched with crypto.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
Yeah, sure. And like, are you a developer by education, or you're a self-taught developer initially? And what is the level of your knowledge right now?
Yeah, it's quite tricky because yes, I graduated from CS, but did I worked as a programmer for my job originally? But no, but yes, I was being taught and both self-taught as a programmer, especially for JavaScript. I was usually a backend programmer before, but yeah, and it is pretty interesting to learn Solidity newly because the structure and language is quite similar to JavaScript, so it was pretty easy to learn.
Yeah, it has very similar syntaxes, and yeah, that's pretty easy for the Web2 developers
Yeah.
to transit into the Web3 space in this regard. So
Yeah.
and so let's talk about Bladeswap then. So, how did you come up with this idea, and why did you choose Blast to launch these decks? And uh, if if I get it right, it is a fork, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is a fork developer.
Hmm.
Actually, it is both fork and not a fork. It is fork, but has some advanced features. Uh, why we chose Blast and Developer? Let me explain that. First, when we first enroll for the Beekman contest, and so who was participating in the scene, like what kind of dexes are here already building here, what kind of like landings, and what kind of other DeFi projects that are landing here. What I've felt was that most of them are quite focusing on like general dexes, like CL from Uniswap v3, or just plain Uniswap v2 style dexes. But there were no VE dexes, which is quite crucial for the ecosystem. And well, I feel that uh, usually. Like V2 units of V2 style or V3 style DEXs, no matter their trading fee goes directly to the LPs, and team just get part of the trading fee, but and team control the emission by themselves. But the kind of system is quite old, I think, and Curve showed a good way of distributing emissions and controlling emissions by token holder themselves, and giving 100% of the trading fee and protocol revenue back to the token holders. And so, that was the basic system of VE, which makes a real decentralized for the as a DeFi, it should be decentralized, especially emissions are an important factor of the DEX, and it should be controlled by the token holders. A good way is using the VE system, voting system. And among those VE DEXs, developers like the system is the most advanced. It doesn't need NFTs. It doesn't users doesn't have to repeat their votes every week. It is an epochly system with real-time emissions and real-time voting. You don't have to wait until next Thursday until if you want to change your vote weight. You could change it in real time anytime. Um, it has a native multi-call that you could just like claim all in one click. You don't have to iterate over NFTs and iterate over pairs and claim separately from LP fees and voting fees. You could just click claim all and swap into the token you want at one transaction. Not only claim all, but you could batch anything as you want. So it's quite it is providing a seamless UI UX. So it is I really liked it. And one other thing is that uh, look, but there was one problem, the compatibility, since it was quite an advanced style of a map. Uh, many boots and other partners had hard time integrating into developers. So we added interfaces, perfectly Uniswap compatible events and swap interface, or adding, removing LP contract interface, so that you don't have to learn anything new. You don't have to build a token structure to put as a parameter, or you don't have to learn a new function to interact. You could just use same Uniswap and Solidly style interface to interact and build a boot. So it became really much easier to integrate. So it is advanced style of core. So it is both fork and not a fork, but actually we just changed those interacting interfaces, not the internal logic. So yeah, and why we built on Blast. I'm sure you know why you launched. I mean, you joined Blast as well. You also as a
We
different
all love
you know
Pac-Man.
yeah, yeah. We all love Pac-Man. He's really brilliant and smart, and he know how to play these this airdrop meta. He knows how to uh, control people's mind and bring hypes on it. It's what one thing I think Pac-Man is playing really well on Blast is actually just one thing, but Blast still didn't implement it Dankun upgrade of Ethereum. So it is quite at first time I wonder why he still haven't integrated it because every other chain already integrated Dankun upgrade and reduced their gas fee like 10 times. Uh, it is unofficial, and I don't know the real reason, but I just thought about it. Maybe because of the gas refund system. It is it just started, but if he introduced Duncan right away, it may have broken the incentive structure of gas refund because it would instantly became like 1/10 uh, compared to what it was before. So in that case, all the protocols, DeFi protocols that were going to leverage the native yield of Blast, uh, like they'll have no source to leverage because uh, like yield rebase of Ethereum and USDB is not that great. I mean, in terms of a total native yield. Uh, Ethereum and USDB rebased takes really small part in it, but actually gas refund is really uh, it is more than half of the total yield. So at least we should have like 1 month of those full claim yield to strongly bootstrap the community and strongly bootstrap our token launching. So I think he played well to maybe deliberately delay it. Not sure of the real reason, but uh, just I think so.
That's
And
Yeah, that's quite reasonable, what you said, because we also were wondering, why it is delaying. And from what I see on Blast Discord, many people are asking about the blobs when
yeah,
they are gonna be on the chain. But yeah, so it's a great
yeah.
theory.
Yeah, it is actually my theory, and I'm sure maybe that is not the real reason, but that could be the one reasoning behind the delay, because technically you don't, but yeah, it is actually helping the ecosystem to bootstrap at the early stage, like Arbitrum, Optimism, Linea, all the other L2s have already had enough bootstrapping period before upgrading, but Blast just started like 1 month ago, and suddenly changing all the structural change in on the incentive system, like native yield system, could damage the all the plans of the bootstrapping project. So I think that could be one reason. And one problem is that currently Blast Breach is very slow. I mean, most of the optimistic rollouts take 7 days to bridge back to L1, but Blast takes 2 weeks, which is really hindering the free exchange between layers, and that is causing maybe not the only reason, but the major reason that third-party bridges are shutting down Blast, and they don't support Blast anymore, or take large fees like 2% to 3%. For example, Orbiter, if you want to bridge out Ethereum from Blast to like other chain, you have to take pay like 2%. So which is causing quite a discount on the Blast access, like Ethereum and USDB are cheaper Blast than other chains. Um, yes, that is quite problematic, maybe because of the the native yield system. They should unstake it from the original source like MakerDAO and Ethereum, but yeah, that is causing problem. But also, it could be beneficial for like locking up assets on the chain after the mainnet launching. I'm not sure of the what effect would be stronger, but maybe that could be one of the calculation of the payment. Uh, yeah, actually, that is good point and bad point, but we have a strong leader who is smartly choosing the policy. It is a good point and could be very promising, but also it could be a down point that policy is not that predictable. But so far, we are enjoying this chain, and it seems very promising. And I'm sure, like Blur, this Blast at the TGE May, it'll go really well, and I'm sure that it'll be listed on Tier 1 exchange as soon as it's released. So I'm really bullish and hyped about it. And we have like several teams preparing for the Plus native features. We're currently uh, like cooperating with CL protocol to introduce CL on Bladeswap, and also at the same time cooperating with DEX aggregator project that are actually not doesn't provide a front end for DEX aggregator like OneInch, but it is working on Backway, and he is like integrating our current V2 router and a new CL router at the same time to get quite like 10 times faster than currently is. So our whole platform would be much lighter and faster, and you get more exact quote on a smart split router. So we have so many things to show in this chain, and soon we're gonna get a second batch of distribution of goals, and that'll be distributed more directly to LPers and voters. And last season it was distributed through the loot box NFTs, like we've announced before launching. But that is becoming quite risky because it could be assumed as a gold proxy in the future, even though it is not actually. So we just didn't hate to have more fuzz on it. So we just removed the NFT system and reward more directly to the corresponding users. So yeah, I think I've talked too much. But let me give you the mic.
No, not at all. Yeah, thanks for such a deep diving into your your decision to become a part of Blast network and Blast ecosystem. So you mentioned the Blast. I mean the Blast contests for the developers. And so you were the runner-up in this contest,
Right.
which means that you actually won. Your team were was one of the winners of the contest. And why do you think Blast team chose your project among the others? I think there were around 3,000 projects participating. And what is your view on such contests? Because I assume that many teams actually started building
Mm.
only because of this announcement, because they wanted to win the airdrop and immediately uh, get traction through Blast, because every project now is covered on the website, or can be covered if they want to add themselves to the dashboard. So could you elaborate on this part of your journey?
Yeah, sure, sure. Actually, yeah, even though there were like 1,000 teams, there were not so many
Yeah,
of teams, I
yeah,
think.
sorry, the
Yeah,
big bang competition. I completely forgot the name, so now I
yeah,
remember.
yeah. On the beeping competition, even though there were like thousands of applications, I believe uh, I think less than 100 or 200 projects were authentic. There were lots of fake builders that are just forking contracts from not only forking contract, but also forking front end and everything like effortlessly, just in like 1 or 2 days, and just put a new logo there and new theme to launch, which is quite not Blast native.
By the
Um,
way, did your project fall victim to those like
yeah,
forks,
yeah. I mean,
contentious forks?
yeah, I'm not saying fork is bad thing. I was just saying that not many teams were trying to build a Blast native project. I mean, there were specific requirement from the Blast team that we should utilize Blast native features as much as possible. For example, we yes we forked the contract, and but we should put like for example, we put a code to like claim Blast Native USDC and Ethereum Rebase at full maturation period, and putting back them to bribe automatically, and claiming gas refund, and those all uh, Blast Native yields back to the like the external as an external bribe for the pairs, corresponding pairs automatically. This is quite not as simple, but if you put some effort in it, you could achieve it. But uh, I've heard that like 90% of team didn't even put an effort to implement those Plus native features when it was actually specifically required. And that was one reason. And second, we put really a lot of effort on building a totally new design that could blend in the Blast chain itself, and there were many uh, like communications with the Blast team to so that how we could blend into Blast ecosystem and Blast maximize utilize the Blast native feature. So actually, these our loot box feature it also contains a lot of Blast native like fixes to uh, fit the needs of the Blast team. And so, secondly, uh, like those winners and runner winners, many of them had a product on the other chain, but newly launched on Blast as a new brand. For example, like veDEX on our Arbitrum launched as a different name on Blast. What they require is a new name, new token, and everything. But like many of the team didn't even meet those requirements. So I think at least keeping up with teams like foundations needs and communicating with them what they really want to build on Blast and cooperating with them could be the key. And also, our product quality itself is quite high. I could I could proudly say we put really a lot of effort on our new UI UX to make it seamless and put like details on the animations and like on every buttons. Like it is not made in like just one day. So that's why our product launch got delayed a lot.
Yeah, the interface is really smooth. I tried it, and I see, that you have a good design
It's
team.
like inspired by the whole like Blast Developer, right? With this like,
Yeah.
cut edges.
Partly.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you tried to like make it look like part of the whole ecosystem, like this familiar
Thanks.
take on the design.
Yeah, but it's really nice. Kudos to your design team.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
really we think it is really important thing, especially with free. Many teams just use a basic template, and most of the team doesn't even have a professional designer or just hiring a contract designer to just build a basic UI. But the interface UI is what customers and investors meet at the first time at the front row. So it is really important, and we should really put effort and money on it to make that feel great.
Yeah, just coming back to what you've said about the time and the amount of efforts you've devoted to integrating the snake yields and rewards. Did you guys use this like CL protocol to work with rewards, and how was your approach to rewards dictated by the tools you've used, like by some ready-made solutions and libraries?
I think something is
Yeah,
wrong with the. You here? Okay, good.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Maybe I didn't understand fully, but was it a question or?
Yeah, it was like a remarks on this question about the CL framework. How was it like useful for you in terms of integrating native blast yield and like establishing rewards for your protocol? Kind of more technical question about the tools and solutions you've used.
What solutions and tools are we using?
Yeah. Like you've
Actually,
mentioned CL, maybe
actually,
some
yeah.
other solutions exist.
Yeah, actually, quite general. We are using Foundry for the Solidity and Figma for the design, and using a React TypeScript stack for the front end, and like AWS and Firebase for the backend structure, and some Redis for the server. Quite general stack we're using. And for the other tools, I mean, you mentioned CL. We're cooperating with Algebra to implement their integral product. So yeah, I think quite general.
Yeah, nice. And I guess just the sheer amount of communication between you and the Blast team while integrating different parts of your functionality, it also played a role that you like
Yeah.
made yourself visible, and definitely I think if we would give any advice to like further developers and protocol project founders, is just to really do your work, do quality work, and communicate with the protocol team directly, and make yourself visible. Right? What would you add to
Yeah.
this advice?
Yeah, I'm not
By
sure
the
I'm
way,
in the right position.
yeah, are you on developers Slack that Blast created?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
many people
of
can't
course.
access it from what I see it on the Discord for some
Yeah,
reason. I don't know.
yeah, but
Hmm.
on the developers Slack, actually, the communication is not that active, and as far as I heard, it wasn't the way they wanted to communicate. It was meant for the testnet environment, not the production environment. So they want to reorganize it a new way of communication. Maybe it could be Discord or something other or Telegram. But I heard that they are preparing a new way of communicating. I do hope that they should communicate it more actively with the builders. That is not our side of effort. It is actually their side of effort. That more DevRel should be there to communicate actively with the builders, and we're expecting it. So hope there's a new additional channel that we could talk and ask freely, not I mean in two-way communication, not one way. Hope so, and yeah.
Yeah, but we really need to invite someone from the DevRel from Blast to participate on the stream and
Yeah.
maybe tell us more about how their DevRel efforts are organized. Yeah,
Sure.
do you have any questions? Because I wanted to get back to what Bazooka told about the mechanism and like this whole VE stuff, and maybe expand a little bit more about how this mechanism
Yeah.
is different from the solid lease, from
Mm.
Velcores, and a couple of other dexes that like rely on the solidly idea, and
Yeah.
how maybe is it different from the VE mechanics that we all familiar with, which originated in Curve? So how your
Yeah.
uh, like
A
locking
very good
period
point.
differs? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, it's very different. First of all, we don't call it a VE33 now because whenever a solidly fork asset VE33, it means that there is a rebase. We taught from developer the rebase mechanism was totally removed. Is mainly because actually it is not needed. There is a long article from Equilibrium DEX that are analyzing the effect of this rebase mechanism. Uh, it actually is quite tricky. It is for actually for the team, not the not the borders. If you as a team, you start with a certain amount of voting power to bootstrap the first voting. But if there is a rebase system, the team keeps their share eternally, and they never lose on their share. Even if they don't buy back anything, they don't do anything, they keep the share. And that is it the rebate system seemingly uh, it seems that it is for the people or the users who vote the votes, but it is actually not. It is for the team to maintain their share of votes regardless of their efforts, and it is actually uh, deterring new users to enter the market because they are keep getting diluted if they don't keep buy. So actually, it is not that helpful. There's a good analytic article, a Medium article from Equilibrium Dex, but maybe I could give you the link, but I don't have it now. But yeah, so that's the reason rebase was removed. So if even
Yeah,
even
but maybe explain the high overview of how rebasing works. Is it just for the locked tokens, so you get some kind of multiplier when you lock your tokens, but the tokens that are unlocked, that are on the market, are not being rebased, or what is like being implied here exactly?
actually, the rebase mechanism was for the locked token originally. It was for the VNFT. Yeah, actually, I was gonna explain everything after that. So let's move on. So we removed also the VNFT, which uh, why you have to use NFT because there were a locking period. So every lock had different weight and different voting power. It was decaying linearly, so it should be an NFT, but it caused problem because you have to manage NFTs separately if you locked up several times, unless you merge it into one. But you cannot simply merge it because it has all different period. So actually, it became quite complicated and not easy to liquidate because if you want to leave early, you have to sell it on the NFT marketplace, which has really high fee and not so much volume. You have to wait for someone to buy your NFT if you want to exit. But actually, it does volume is not that great, so, and you always lose some part because you have to wait, and arbitrators just arbitrage away that value. So it was kept extracted. So from Velcor V2, it became a liquid token ERC20 and like Curve. So it is now uh, easily liquidatable through LP so that you don't have to wait for someone to buy your NFTs at a discounted price, a heavily discounted price actually. You could just throw it at the LP if you don't want to keep it. So easy liquidation means you don't have the fear of being locked up. So it is to draw more people, to encourage more people to lock up more. So that is the key difference from the previous mechanism of Solidly and other Brief33 dexes. No NFT, no APOC, no fear of liquidation. So that was a different mechanism. Uh, yeah, and what was your next question? Actually, I forgot, I think.
Yeah, it was the question about how is it different from the existing solidly inspired Jaxes. Yeah, maybe you
Yeah,
can just tell what customizations and what parts of the DEX you've spent most of your time on, what like came out to be the most difficult part that you did not anticipate when you just started the project. So this kind of anecdotes would be interesting for us as the developers to kind of peek into your development kitchen a bit.
yeah. Um, yeah, what maybe one interesting thing is that Zki's tag and Opis tag optimization was quite interesting as a developer. It has quite different gas fee structure, how it calculates gas cost. On Zki's tag, usually it calculates the amount of like calculation I mean, you amount of OP code you used, and if you calculate a lot, you pay more. But on optimism stack, like of course optimism or base, arbitrum, and blast, uh, calculation doesn't matter because L2 fee is really cheap. But L1 fee, which is calculated by the call data length, is really important. So what if focused on optimizing Velcore to Blast? I mentioned that we've improved the interface side, but not only making it easier to integrate, but it also made cheaper to interact on blockchain, because blockchain is OP based, and if we use large cold data, we get charged for heavy gas fee. So currently, if you use execute function, that uses a lot of cold data because it has to build up the cold data in a certain structure. So, for example, if you use claymore, the cold data would go like 100 lines. So it really use up a large cold data. But if you use specific blast specific functions like that are compatible with Uniswap and Solidly, like swap exact Ethereum to tokens, like the kind of interface. It uses really short cold data, so it is quite more cheaper, quite cheaper than using the original execute function, especially on Blast. So not only making it easier to integrate, but also quite optimized for specifically for the LP stack, specifically for the Blast. So that was a interesting thing as a developer while building on Blast, optimizing ZK stack product to LP stack product.
Yeah, it's kind of fascinating that you've taken the concept from the ZK rollup and then tried to plug it into the LP stack ecosystem. But I guess there wasn't no major problems with that if you've successfully deployed the deck. But by the way, how much time and how much of the pain in the ass was the whole front end stuff? Do you guys have mobile version or just the desktop for now? It's always.
How much time do they spend on the
Yeah,
code,
well,
you mean?
how was your time allocated, your developer time? Yeah, was it like 50-50, the protocol itself and then the front end and all the UI UX stuff?
Yeah, I think in total we spent like 3 weeks to 1 month to totally rechange, and like there were like five devs working on this to totally change the Blast product. Yeah, it costed quite a time, and also bootstrapping community was actually the most hard thing than the development itself.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
Yeah, actually, we were quite late on Blast. I mean, we didn't, we couldn't deploy on testnet till the last 2 days of a testnet. So we were quite late
Oh,
and didn't
shit.
have, wasn't connected to other project till then. So we have to quickly bootstrap users in order to show something in the Big Bang contest. And after launching on mainnet, we put quite an effort on that. And actually, we didn't. Of course, Zilli Quest and some like good old Quest took some part in it. But recently, we bootstrapped it. Boosted our community like twice, third times, using our lootbox feature. We haven't put a social quest there, but after we put social quest and made people, all people our ambassador, we could we've like grown like twice and third times like at in 1 week. It's really amazing experience, and we are planning to leverage this in the future as well. And we want to like fine tune on the parameters to maximize those effect with a little cost and without making people that annoying. So we're finding there's a sweet spot to uh, get the best without making people angry or making them burdensome and
Yeah, yeah,
not diluting a lot. So yeah.
yeah.
I
It's a
like
tough. It's a tough. Yeah.
how honest Bazooka is about his project, and the blast competition in the first place. Like he told us
Yeah,
the truth,
yeah,
not trying to cover anything, and then he said, "Oh well, we were late on blast," and that was kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really appreciate this. And
yeah.
by the way,
This too,
guys,
but yeah, I guess
yeah, go.
would be even more like honest towards the end of the third hour of our stream. So just like wait a bit. It's famous deep interviews at Gaidao.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
It
already
tends to be more
15
honest
minutes.
towards the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
some people compare him with the Lex Friedman podcasts, which are famous for their length. Like they can be like 4 hours. But we just kidding.
Easily. Yeah, just
We
kidding.
just kidding. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I think you should wrap up wrap up
In
slowly.
15 minutes. Already? Okay. Then maybe some questions from the
yeah,
audience if you
guys.
have time.
Yeah, guys, feel free to intervene and ask what interests you the most as well. I see one question on the chat from Alech W. How uh, how are how many members are on the Blast team? And I would add to this how
Blade
many
swap. Blade swap.
Bladeswap, sorry, yeah. And what roles do you have in your team? How is it structured? You said that the team is distributed and everybody is working remotely. Could you elaborate on this?
Yeah, and I would also
Yeah,
add up to this. How do you guys bootstrap? Because yeah, from what you've told us, it seems like you've spent really like decent period building in the dark in stealth mode. Where did you get money? Did you have some supporters, investors? Did you crowdfund it? So that would be also interested if you shed light on
yeah,
this issue.
yeah. As I told, we have both concentrated and distributed team. Core team is working in the same office, so it is quite concentrated. And because I think recently on Blast there were quite a lot of works and exploits, and one reason recent reason was they hired a contract dev on Fever, like uh, like working remote is okay, but working with someone you don't actually know that deeply only in remote is quite dangerous if that is core team. So we're most of our core team, especially all the developers core team, are working together. And there are like 5 to 6 people in the core team, and there are two BD marketers who are keep in and out. We gauge how well they work and and whether decide whether we would keep them and roll over. So we have other systems. So we currently have 7 to 8 maintaining 7 to 8 members in total, and there are two really good, great moderator on our Discord. They're really degen moderators, working really well. Yeah, so
Those are the
quite a
best.
lot. Yeah, maybe someone could say it's a quite a large team as a DeFi, or maybe small team as not as big as what Hyper Swap did on their era. But yeah, we're maintaining that policy, and yeah, and we have of course a professional designer. There are two designers who are really doing well. And yeah, me and Kanaki are taking charge of the main BD, and yeah, so yeah, that'll be the answer. Um, yeah, I think there were
Yeah, and
another
about the
question.
bootstrapping part.
Uh, Bootstrap. Ah, yeah. Actually,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't need that large money on building a product initially. What you need is sitting those sitting the LP on TGE and maybe some money on deploying. But yeah, it was quite self-funded. And actually, we recently have done KOL VC round to before our public round. We're gonna announce it soon, but we're gonna do public raise on a Fjord. So before that, we found many KOLs who could amplify the news and like make it successful. So that was not that big cap, but really enough to spend expenses and marketing budgets and sitting initial for the pure LBP sales. So yeah, that's how we bootstrap it financially for this Bladeswap.
Did you have any experience of bootstrapping similar projects before? Or what's your like track record of raising money in crypto? Or is it like the first occasion you've done this?
Yeah, I've done it before, but quite a long time ago. So it was quite different time, I think. And the how you raise how to raise well is like keep changing time to time, I think. For example, last year it was a overflow sale for many projects I saw in DeFi. They've done overflow sale, and the year before that was first come first served sale. And this year, some are doing LBP sale, some are doing a like strange system of price getting keep higher as time goes, so that it creates FOMOs for people to buy early. Like for example, Zapvault recently done a Vault sale that started with like $1,000 per vault, and the price keep raises as the round goes. Many projects are using those techniques, I think, recently. Not sure which method is the best, but what I'm sure is that the technique evolves and changes time to time, and what people feel FOMO the most also changes over time. So we should keep track of the trend and use the best method, I think.
Yeah,
Cool.
sure.
Yeah, I think we need to wrap up in a few minutes.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask Bazooka, more like general question, because we
Mhm.
have new people trying to become the developers specifically for Blast. What would
Mhm.
you recommend to these new like freshman devs, and
Mm.
maybe some suggestions about the idea of the projects that can be deployed
Mm.
uh, on this network? So now you see the whole picture, how many projects are there already, what niches are still available. So maybe from that perspective, you could give us some uh,
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah, I think a good point of Blast is that, and what Pangman keep emphasizes is that you don't have to bid it well on Blast because you get rewarded based on the metrics you're making, especially points and goals. So I think you could leverage that fact really smartly. And you should leverage the Blast native feature really well, especially gas refund, and you should be cautious of using. You should be considerate of there is a rebate on the USDB and Ethereum, and if you don't uh, take it seriously, your contract might cause an error. Um, you should uh, you should be creative on how to use those yields, and there are some product that Blast has really good advantage over other products. For one example, I think is a Wales market. There are Gibble XYZ who are doing whale market on Blast. I think the volume is not that great now, but the problem of the whale market was that sellers also have to buying their lack of their capital a lot, but they're not generating yields, and they're just idling on the contract. And on Blast, you could use it very wisely. Not only currently Ghibli is using it to just getting a rebase yield, but you could also like plan a Lego block to generate even more yields, like for example, Blade Point, or Blade Score, or you could deposit into lending and like make some Lego block on it. But especially on blocks, there are lots of Lego block, and it could be dangerous, and it might not insulate risk over other protocol, and could be a chain reaction if there's an incident. And it happened before on Juice, but if you use it wisely, you could make a really creative product on Blast that other chain doesn't have. And I'm sure that people will love that, and Pan Manager will also love that because he really want to see it, people to utilize this feature in maximum. And we are also thinking of way to better use that. Yeah, so I think you could be creative as possible using those native yields and native blast features. And it is actually very lucrative, and it could be very good for bootstrapping. We are currently using it for token holders. Not actually currently because we didn't have a TG, but we're gonna, and it's really nice. You don't have to. Oh, yeah, there's some sound. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's it.
That was for the TG part, I guess. Maybe it did
Yeah.
overreaction, but yeah, yeah, we definitely need to invite Bazooka more and like keep him close. Yeah, Bazooka, thanks for
Yeah,
coming
I
and
thought that was
sharing
just a fun
those
timer.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had so many questions to ask about your like upcoming
about, yeah,
new features and rolling upcoming features and the airdrop distribution, because your project is one of the leaders on Blast this
Mm,
on Blast leaderboard
yeah.
with
wow.
how many gold and points do you have, guys? Like really lots of that. More than a
Yeah,
hundred of gold, 100K gold, and
yeah,
seven
we've distributed a
hundred
hundred
million.
and yeah, 108K of gold, and uh, there are a lot of points. I cannot even read it, but a few hundred millions of points
Too many
distributed.
characters. Yeah.
Yeah, there are too many decimals. We anyway distributed 100% in real time for the points, and we've already distributed first batch of gold to NFT holders. It were quite a lot, and as far as remember, the most gold. I mean, one people got a few thousand goals by with their platinum NFTs, since we've distributed over half, about half of gold to platinum NFT holders, and 25% to gold NFT holders. It's not an exact figure, but it's roughly that amount. So it was quite concentrated to the loyal users and top users. That's because actually, if you see the metrics, the about 70% of trading volumes were made by the platinum users, and about 60% of LP were added by platinum users. I mean, top 100 users. If you consider accumulated volume and accumulated LP, TVL, like silver, platinum plus gold plus silver user covers like 80 to 90% of total trading volume and total TVL. So it's reasonable to concentrate gold and point to high tier users.
Nice. What a pleasure speaking with such an interesting developer who's himself in the trenches and knows his stuff, and also represents an Atlantic project that distributes value to the users and fosters the growth of the entire ecosystem. Yeah, Bazooka, we should definitely invite you whenever you'll have time to share any new achievements, information, or some project updates. So let's keep in touch. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, or just make a demo. Make
Yeah,
a demo
thanks for inviting.
of the project
Sure. Yeah.
with the screen share or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, that will be cool. All right, guys. Thanks, Bazooka. Arigato.
Yeah.
Have a great day today.
Arigato.
Have a great day. Arigato.
Wakarimashita.
Yeah.
We watch
Have a
anime.
nice day. Good night.
Night. Yeah.
Night.
What's the time that place you're currently staying at?
Yeah, actually 4 a.m. I have to go to bed.
Oh my god. You are like Joko Willing from crypto industry. You know this guy?
Yeah. Yeah, I never
He
sleep.
gets up at 4:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you, man.
See ya.
I see it.
Take care. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.